This is exactly what I had trouble with as well. Because when I started this work, I was living paycheck to paycheck, even though, yes, I did want to be a millionaire just like everybody else. And I found that really, really hard to believe. I'm like, there is absolutely no way that this could happen because I just couldn't see it. And this is what the majority of the people have an issue with, is not believing that it's possible for them yet, because they try to figure out the how. From what Neville says, we don't need to know what the how is, right? But we've been so conditioned to believe that we're the ones that need to figure it out. We have no way of seeing it. Therefore, there is a level of resistance that we add on our path. When I started becoming really in tune with the way that I felt, I knew I was in a state of resistance. And I know that when you're in a state of resistance, you literally block the flow of that beautiful energy coming to you and through you. And so even back then, my work was to release any resistance. And that's when I started saying, I'm going to lean into this thought. Couldn't believe it, but I will lean into it as a possibility. That was one way that I used to get the resistance out. I tried to cultivate the feeling of having enough to pay for our expenses and having enough to save a little bit, because to me, that felt believable. And we get what we believe. And so I had to come up with a number that was believable to me. At the time, it was like $10,000 after taxes. And then slowly, as soon as I started to be consistent with cultivating that feeling, because it's really, feeling is the secret. So pick a number that feels believable to you to start, until you can really grasp the concept of, oh, I'm a really powerful being. I set out this number and it's starting to come true. And as you strengthen your believability, you can make that number bigger. You can lean into the possibility of just how powerful you are. But when you try to put a number that is so big and you can't figure it out, and you're in a state of resistance, that actually works to your disadvantage. Now, this is only what worked for me. There are people that can imagine getting that $80,000 a month. If you can believe that, I say go for it. I had to do it incrementally. If you can build up your belief, build it up. But what I did is I didn't focus so much on how much to bring in. I just focused on cultivating that feeling of gratitude within me, that feeling of prosperity, that feeling of lots of money in the bank, the feeling of security within me. I didn't focus so much on the actual number, but I focused on the feeling. Then I started believing more and more, that, yeah, more money is coming to me. And then more money did. When we realize that we are the operant power, like I read Neville and heard Neville saying that, and I'm just like, I am the operant power. At the beginning, I didn't believe it, but slowly, the more you do it, the more you see all these blessings come along.